नमस्कार. कोविड-19 म्हणजेच कोरोना या विषाणूच्या उद्रेकामुळे निर्माण झालेल्या परिस्थितीची आपणा सर्वांना कल्पना आहेच. किंबहुना यामुळे आपणा सर्वांच्या सामान्य जनजीवनावर प्रचंड परिणाम झालेला आहे. विद्यार्थ्यांचे आरोग्य आणि शैक्षणिक हित लक्षात घेऊन UGC तसेच शासन स्तरावरील मार्गदर्शक तत्त्वास अनुसरून संत गाडगेबाबा अमरावती विद्यापीठाने विद्यार्थ्यांच्या परीक्षा या ऑनलाईन माध्यमातून घेण्याचा अतिशय स्तुत्य असा निर्णय घेतलेला आहे. महाविद्यालयीन स्तरावर या परीक्षा अतिशय सहज आणि सोप्या पद्धतीने कशा घेता येतील हे आपण या व्हिडिओच्या माध्यमातून बघणार आहोत. संत गाडगेबाबा अमरावती विद्यापीठाने परीक्षेसाठी गुगल फॉर्म्सचा वापर करावे असे आवाहन केलेले आहे. गुगल हे नाव सर्वांना परिचितच आहे. खरं तर गुगलने आपल्या आयुष्यातील कित्येक गोष्टी अतिशय सहज केलेल्या आहे. हेच गुगल आपल्यासाठी परीक्षा घेण्यासाठी सुद्धा अतिशय उपयुक्त ठरणार आहे. आपण या गुगल फॉर्म्सचे काही फीचर्स आता बघणार आहोत. गुगल फॉर्म्स हे वापरण्यासाठी अतिशय सोपे आणि सहज असे एक टूल गुगलने आपल्यासाठी उपलब्ध करून दिलेले आहे. गुगल फॉर्म वापरण्यासाठी आपल्याला कुठल्याही प्रकारचं स्पेशल टेक्निकल एक्सपर्टाईज असण्याची आवश्यकता नाही. यासाठी कुठल्याही प्रकारचं स्पेशल ट्रेनिंग सुद्धा आपल्याला घेण्याची गरज नाही. फक्त आपण थोडा प्रयत्न जर केला तर गुगल फॉर्म्स आपल्याला अतिशय सहजतेने वापरता येऊ शकतात. गुगल फॉर्म्ससाठी आपल्याला कुठल्याही प्रकारचं वेगळं सॉफ्टवेअर घ्यायची गरज नाही किंवा शिकण्याची सुद्धा गरज नाही. प्रत्येकाजवळ जे गुगल अकाउंट आहे तेच गुगल अकाउंट वापरून आपण गुगल फॉर्म्सच्या माध्यमातून परीक्षा घेऊ शकतो. सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचं म्हणजे या माध्यमातून जी परीक्षा आपण घेणार आहोत ती परीक्षा विद्यार्थ्यांना त्यांच्या मोबाईल्स किंवा लॅपटॉप्स किंवा जे डेस्कटॉप कॉम्प्युटर्स असतील अशा कुठल्याही प्रकारच्या साधना वापरून त्यांना त्या परीक्षा त्यांना ती देता येणार आहे. गुगल फॉर्म्सच्या माध्यमातून आपल्याला विविध रिपोर्ट्स जनरेट करता येतात. म्हणजे परीक्षा झाल्यानंतरचा जो रिझल्ट प्रोसेसिंगचा महत्त्वाचा टप्पा आहे तो गुगल फॉर्म्सच्या माध्यमातून अतिशय सोपा होतो. आणि पुन्हा महत्त्वाचं म्हणजे हे गुगल फॉर्म्स वापरण्यासाठी आपल्याला कुठल्याही प्रकारे चार्जेस द्यावे लागत नाही. इट इज फ्री टू यूज. गुगल क्लासरूम तसेच गुगल फॉर्म्स याचा वापर विविध महाविद्यालयामधून आपण सर्वच जण सातत्याने करत आहात याची मला जाणीव आहे. तरी परीक्षेचे हे मोठे कार्य सहजतेने पार पाडण्यासाठी एक छोटीशी मदत म्हणून या व्हिडिओद्वारे विद्यापीठाच्या परीक्षा घेण्यासाठी पेपर सेटिंग पासून इव्हॅल्युएशन आणि त्यानंतरचे रिझल्ट प्रोसेसिंगची सर्व कामं गुगल फॉर्म्सच्या माध्यमातून आपण किती सहजतेने करू शकतो याचं ॲक्च्युअल डेमॉन्स्ट्रेशन म्हणजे प्रत्यक्ष सादरीकरण मी आता आपणास करून दाखवणार आहे. Google Form helps us to design quizzes in the most easy and efficient manner. Let's see how quizzes can be designed using Google Forms. It is always a good practice to prepare the quiz or any kind of assessment that we are planning through this Google Form to create these on paper or in some word processor just like MS Word. So what I have done here is that I am going to demonstrate using Google Form for creation of quiz by adding 5 questions on general knowledge. So what I did is actually I have listed down which questions I will be using in this quiz in a Word document. So this is the title of my quiz on general knowledge. And of course, since it is a assessment, it is used for assessment, I will be requesting the learners to enter their roll number and name first so that I can
identify the learners. Then these are the 5 questions that I am expecting to add into the Google Forms. So this is just for the understanding that I am using only 5 questions. But then depending upon your need, you can have n number of questions into the Google Form. So let's start building the quizzes using Google Form. So for opening the Google Form, I will type Google Forms in the Google, and here there will be a link for signing in, that is joining the Google Form. As usual, I will be clicking on this blank form. So once I click the blank form, the initially I will be shown with the title of the form. So here the title that I have decided was quiz on general knowledge. Quiz on general knowledge. The form description is of course optional. You can give the description, or you can skip this part. Now the same title can be used as the name of the form. So at the left hand side, the name of the form, which is at this moment untitled form, when I click there, it will be selected as quiz on general knowledge. I can change it. Now here you can see one important point here is that all changes are saved in Drive. So you would observe here that there is no save button on any of the Google form, because whatever I am doing, whatever the changes I am making in this form are automatically saved into the Google Drive, right? So as I have mentioned earlier in my earlier lecture, the same format, the same form is used, but then now this form is used as a quiz. So for making this form as a quiz, we need to make that kind of setting, and the setting button is here. So this symbol, I have to click on this symbol for accessing the setting. So I'm clicking that setting. In the setting, we have seen these option in the last lecture. Now here, the last tab, quizzes. Now I want this form to be converted into a quiz. So I will select it as a make this quiz. So now I will be able to assign values, that is marks, to each of the question. Now what I want to do here, release the grades, regarding release the grade. So whether the learner should be immediately able to get how much of the marks they have secured. So I will select this option, release the grades immediately after each submission, or there might be certain questions in my form where I have to manually evaluate those questions. Then in that case, I can choose here as the latter after manual review. For this purpose, I am keeping it as immediately after each submission. And after submission, what the respondents can do? The respondents can see which questions they have answered incorrectly. So, which questions they have missed. Then they are able to see the correct answers after their grades are released. Okay, and then they are able to see the points values that are associated with each of the questions. So what was important here is that whenever I'm creating a form, if I want this form to be used as a quiz, then it is mandatory for me to select this particular button, so that this form will be now used as a quiz. So I am saving these settings. So you can see here that the moment I select this, I make this form as a quiz, here it will add this email address, because we need to know who has submitted this particular quiz. So email address is by default added, and it will collect the email addresses. The first question is added here. As I have mentioned that I need to know the roll number of the learner. So roll number, the moment I type the roll number here, the short answer is appeared, because of course the roll number is in one line. Now here, as the roll number is expected to be a number, okay, it is not always necessary that roll numbers are of numbers. It may consist of some characters also, but then usually it is a number. So that's why a response validation is added automatically. If you want it to be a number, then here I can add it as a number. The response, that is whatever the response will be given by the learner, it should be a number. So if the learner is trying to type some alphabets, the Google form will generate a error text. So if I want to change the default error text, I can enter my own message, like enter the roll number in a numeric format. Okay, this is the custom number, custom error message. If you don't give this custom error message, it will generate a default message. Now since this is a roll number, of course I will not be assigning any marks to this particular question. That's why here at the end this 0 points is mentioned. So it, let us keep it like this only. And of course the roll numbers are mandatory to be entered. So that's why I'm making it as a required question. So unless and until the respondent enter this roll number, it will not be allowed to submit the quiz, right? So I have added the first question, that is what is the roll number of the learner. Now I am going to add another question. So click on this plus button, and here the next question that I was supposed to add here is name of the learner. And of course the name is a short answer in one sentence, so it is a short answer. Again I am not assigning any point here, so I am keeping it as 0 point. I am making this again as a compulsory question, so the learners have to compulsorily add the roll number as well as the name of the learner, right? So now let us add the first question. As I have mentioned you earlier that it is a good practice to keep these questions ready in advance. So this was the first question that I have selected. Who is the first astronaut to land on the moon? I can type the question here. Who is the first astronaut to land on the moon? Okay, now the moment I finish this question, see what happens here. Okay, see, the question of course was type multiple choice, and here if you see just below the question, see, Google form has suggested something. The suggested correct answer is Neil Armstrong. So you can now see here how smart Google is. See, the first astronaut was Neil Armstrong. So it has suggested that do you mean to see Neil Armstrong? So of course Neil Armstrong was the correct answer. So let's say I'm using Neil Armstrong as the first option itself. So Neil Armstrong, second is let's say Kalpana Chawla. Of course, the learners have to use the correct alternative. Kalpana Chawla, let's say Sunita Williams, and the fourth option is Rakesh Sharma. Okay, so I have given these four options out of which the learners have to choose only one. So that's why I have chosen it as a multiple choice question. I will add another question. So let us see which was the second question. The second question was who is known as the father of computer. So I am clicking on add a new question. Who is known as the father of computer? Okay. Here, the Charles Babbage is actually the correct answer. I will add the correct answer at the second place. So let's say Dennis Ritchie. I am actually typing some Dennis Ritchie. Then let's say Bill Gates. Then the third answer I am typing as the correct option. That is Charles Babbage, and the fourth, let's say, Stephen Hawking. Okay, so I have added the second question. Now, what is the third question in my list? The third question is this one: which planet has been removed from the list of planets few years back? I'm copying this question from this, and I'm simply adding a new question, and I will paste it here. Which planet has been removed from the list of planets few years back? So the correct answer is actually Pluto. I am typing some another names of the planets. Let's say it is mm, the Uranus, Pluto, Uranus, Uranus. Then the second Pluto. Then third is, let's say, Neptune. The fourth one is, let's say, Mars. Okay, so these are some of the answers. Now what I have done here is I have added the questions and I have added some number of answers options, but then at this moment I haven't mentioned which answer is correct and how many marks have been assigned to each of the questions. So what I have to do is, what I will do, I will go to the first question. Okay, who is the first astronaut? Here at the end there is a option answer key, and at this present the number of points assigned are 0 points. So what I will do, I'm clicking on this answer key. So it is now allowing me to add how many points I want to give. Let's say I am willing to give 2 points for every correct answer. So I have chosen it as 2 points. Then here I have to mention which alternative out of all of these four options is the correct one. So I will select this one, Neil Armstrong. So you can see that it is shown in green color. So if the learners are selecting this particular option, then it will be treated as a correct answer and the learner will be assigned 2 points for this particular question. So I have selected it and I will save it. Okay, now this question has been modified and you can see that the correct answer key is shown as this one and the number of points assigned are 2. Similarly, I will assign the answer keys to all of the questions. So for all questions, I am assigning 2 points and I am giving the correct alternative. So Charles Babbage was the correct answer. Which planet? This, for this purpose, the number of points are again 2 and Pluto is the correct answer for this question. This can be done when I am designing the question itself. Now let's see what was the next question. Now see, what I want to do here is that uh, I want to display one image and I want to ask the questions related to this image. For that purpose, here there is an option for adding an image. So I'm clicking on this add image. Now how to insert image? There are several options. I can upload the image from my local disk. I can take it from camera, from internet, and lots of options. So what I'm going to do, I have already downloaded an image on my computer and I am using this particular image here. So I am using that image. So I have selected this image and the image is uploaded. So we can see this image title. I have to give the image title. Here I will write why I have actually inserted this image. Uh, Answer the question based on the following image. Okay, I have given this message. Now whatever this image is there, whether I want it in the left side, right side, or center, that I can mention here whether it is left or center. I am keeping it at the center. Now you can see that the image is related to a photo of the game golf. So what I am doing here, I will be adding one question again of MCQ type. Which or I can say name the game shown in the above image, or what is the name of the game. You can say what is the name of the game shown in the above image. Okay, and I'm choosing it as a multiple choice again. The first option I am using it as a, let's say, hockey. The second option I have given it as a golf. Third option I am using it as a, let's say, tennis. And fourth I am using it as a cricket. So based on this image, the learners have to answer it. As usual, there is a answer key. So I'm clicking on answer key. I have decided that for every question I will be assigning 2 points. So 2 points, and what is the correct answer? I have chosen the correct answer as golf. So here the question is saved. What is the name of the game? Now, as I have added the image, I can add the video also. So I can ask the questions to the learner based on some video also. And for that purpose, I have to add the videos. So how to add the videos? So this is the button which helps me to add video into my Google Form. So I'm clicking on this button, add video. Now, usually it is a good practice again to get the videos from some URL, and usually the best option to get it from the YouTube. So what I am doing, I am searching the video of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam lecture. Okay, so I am just searching through this, and I will be adding this video. Okay, I have selected one lecture and I am adding it. So you can see that the video is actually added. I will again give the same message. Watch the following video and answer the question based on it. Okay, so I have shown the video, and now I will be adding the question just below this video. So again, for adding the question, I will click on this plus button. The question has appeared. Now I will write the question: who is the famous personality in the above video? Okay. So again, here I am using the multiple choice questions. Here the first I will be giving the name as Dr. Manmohan Singh. Second, I will be adding the name as Professor Yash Pal. Third, I will use name as Narendra Modi. And the last option I will choose as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay. Before completing the question, what I am going to do is I have to assign the answer key. This is essential if you want your form to be converted into a quiz. And as I have decided earlier, 2 points to this question. And what is the correct answer? So I am choosing this as the correct answer. So here, what I have done is I have added 5 questions to my quiz, and these are those 5 questions. Okay. At this moment, I just wanted to know how the form looks like. So for watching it, the this button is used for viewing how the form looks like. So quiz on general knowledge. Okay, email address, then followed by roll number, name, then the first question. You can see that the points are assigned. Now, why the preview option is useful? Sometimes we forget to allot points to a question, or sometimes we forget to or we may make some mistake while typing the question. We may forget to add any option. So instead of 4 options, I have only typed 3 options. So the preview is a good way to check whether your form is correctly designed or not. So we can see that the image is displayed here and the question is asked. Similarly, the video is shown here. So if I am clicking here, the video will be played and the learners will be able to view the video. Okay, and based on that, the question is there and I can submit the responses. So let's solve one of the question or one of the quiz here. I am entering my own email address here. Then second, the roll number, let's say roll number 101, the name of the person. I am entering my own name. Now, this is where the questions have started. So let's say for the first question, I have added this answer. Okay, Kalpana Chawla. For second question, I have chosen Bill Gates. Okay, I'm intentionally making mistakes so that we will be able to know where I was wrong actually. Then for this which planet question, I am using Pluto. Then based on this game, of course, this game is related to golf. So I'm clicking on golf and the famous personality, of course, is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So I have, what I did here is I have assigned I have solved this particular quiz and I am now submitting it. See, in setting, we have selected that the learner should be able to see their grades as soon as they submit it. So that's why once they have submitted their answer, there is a button to view the score. So they can view their score. See here, the total points that they have actually secured is 6 out of 10. So there were 5 questions of 2 marks each and out of which 3 questions were correct. Okay. So this was the questions where the learner has made a mistake and as we have made a setting that the correct answer should be displayed. So here the correct answer is displayed for the question that was wrong. So again this question was intentionally wrong. So here again the correct answer is displayed. Since this question was correctly answered by the learner, it is shown in green and the learner has got 2 out of 2 marks, and similarly for all of the questions. So this is how the form can be converted into a quiz. Now, if the learner wish, the learner can also submit the form again. Okay, so there was a link just below this view score, submit another response. So the same person can submit another response if we have allowed. If let's say if I don't want, we can limit to one response. There was one setting. I will again go through that particular setting. So here the learner can enter multiple responses also. So I'm just coming back to my form. So this is where I have designed the form. And these are the settings that actually I would just go through the settings again. See, under the general settings, there was a option limit to one response. So since it was a quiz, of course, we would not expect the learners to appear again and again. So if I want it to be restricted for solving only once, I will click on this particular button. Now if I am making this particular setting, then in that case, every time the learner has to solve this particular quiz, they have to sign into the Google. So this is how we can design the quizzes into the Google form. Now looking at the responses are recorded here. I am clicking on response. Since I have added only one response, I will be able to see the responses here. This is the summary. So how many points are scored? Okay. Then frequently missed question. One beauty of the Google quizzes is that let's say I have given some 50 questions based on some five topics, okay, and this particular section of the Google quiz, it mentions that let's say there are some 20 students in my class, and out of 20 students, some 12 students have frequently missed the questions related to some two topics. Then here I can easily understand that okay, the learners are weak in these two topics and I should concentrate more on these two topics. These are the scores of individual students and these are the answers given by individual students. So here question wise analysis is also given. Like if you see this question, which planet has been removed from the list of planets? So correct answer was Pluto. So how many students have answered the correct or correctly answered this question? I can see, and how many question have learners have uh, responded to incorrect options. So for every question, I can see the analysis in this particular tab. Again, how to assign these quizzes to the learners now? The same way that we have seen while designing the forms. So these can be assigned, the quizzes can be assigned by using this send button. So I am clicking on the send button. Okay. So again, there are three ways. I can either send it via email, I can get a link and share it. And then the third one is I can embed it into my own web page. So if I have got the email addresses, I can simply type the email addresses of all the learners and then those learners can be given these particular questions. Okay. All these kind of quiz, just like we have seen in case of Google Forms. So I am sending it, and when I click on send, the quiz will be sent on the email. The second option is link. So this is the link of the Google Form. What we have to do is usually we should click on this shorten URL so that the long URL is now shortened here. Copy this URL, there is a button copy, and this link can now be shared on any of the platform. You can send it through email, you can send it through WhatsApp or any other social media platform. Okay, and the third option is embed. So this is the embed code where I can add this into my own web page, and last two buttons, the Facebook and Twitter. So I can share these through all these formats. Okay, the same responses can be downloaded in the form of spreadsheet. Now see, let's imagine that I have got some 50 students and I have given this assignment in the form of a quiz. Some total 50 questions were there. So I can generate a mark list in a single click. So when I'm clicking on this particular spreadsheet, create a new spreadsheet having this particular name, I can change the name, and when I say create, okay, a new spreadsheet, Excel document is created, and this entire document or this document will consist of the mark list for all the 50 learners, and I can generate the mark list. I don't have to type it.
Every exam has a start and end time. Let us imagine that I want to start the exam at 10 a.m. and stop at 12 noon. So, can we do this using Google Form? Well, yes, there are various alternatives to do this, including some web browser add-ons. But here is the simplest way to do this. What we have to do is share this Google Form at the exam start time, and when you are willing to stop the exam, we just have to instruct the Google Form to stop accepting responses. This can be done by clicking on this particular button. So when I'm clicking on this button, now you can see that it is written here that the form is not accepting responses. See, you can see here the form is no more accepting the responses. Uh, to avoid submission delays, we can provide some additional buffer time for the students.
So in this way, the Google form helps you to design your own quizzes, and not only designing the quizzes, it helps you to collect the responses and evaluate the quizzes automatically and generate the mark list. So this is the very powerful feature of the Google form. Thank you.